right, Shalom. I want to start off by giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahashem, Yahweh Shai Bahashem, Rakach Quadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops at Great Millstone for teaching me this truth. It's your brother Rabbi Knapp coming out with a lesson, Lord's will is edifying. Okay. So, matter of fact, let's just get into the news, man. Let's see what the top news is, just in case I missed anything. I'm just going straight on Google, man. Straight on Google, man. It says, BRICS unexpected turnaround in the monetary war against the United States. Let's look into that. Let's start right there. Let's see what's going on. Because we know the dollar's crashing, right? If you didn't know that, you can look into that. It's been crashing since under, I think, Richard Nixon, who took it off the gold standard. Let's look into that. In case you forgot, some people, they don't really think about these things. Richard Nixon gold standard. Let's talk about that. AI generating. It says Richard Nixon is primarily associated with the Nixon shock of August 15, 1971. Before this date, the United States was part of the Bretton Woods system, which established a fixed exchange rate system where foreign currencies were pegged to the US dollar, and the dollar was fixed to gold at $35 per ounce. So that's where it was at, man, you know, but now they don't do that anymore, okay? So it's a long way since 1971, and what do you see now? They have what you call digital currencies now. You heard about that now, right? We're starting to see digital currencies. What I'm reading about right here is Richard Nixon. It was one of our former presidents. In 1971, they had something called the Bretton Woods system. Do you know about this? That's when our dollar was pegged to the gold. Do you know anything about our money system being connected with gold?
I know something about it. I know some of it had gold on it.
So now look at that was 1971. It's 2025 today, right?
Yeah.
And what are we talking about in this time? We're talking about digital currencies. Bitcoin's over $100,000.
Better off going gold.
Yeah, but
in case the market crashes.
Right. But listen to this.
That'll crash the whole economy.
Thank you. No, you know what you're talking about. I know you gotta go, but you see the stock market's kind of been going up and down with with Trump's tariffs, but Bitcoin's over $100,000. So people are gonna think it's probably better to invest more so in this cryptocurrency shit. That's what I'm saying.
They're up right now, but they're not gonna be for long.
That's the spirit. Right. Ooh, that's right, man. That's right, brother. See, he even said it, man. Yup. Yeah, see. He said it's gonna be like iRobot. That's the spirit. It says U.S. government committed to converting dollars into gold at this fixed rate upon request by foreign governments. So they were U.S. government committed to converting into gold at the fixed rate upon request by foreign governments. However, increasing inflation and a negative balance of payments in the U.S. in the 1960s led to the dollar becoming overvalued, okay? So this is what was going on. This is why we need to remind ourselves about these things, so when we start talking about a financial collapse, we have complete understanding why these things can happen. Because if you don't pay attention to these things, then these things can get you caught off guard, just like it was happening with the Great Depression. The people who came out of the Great Depression, they knew not to trust this damn government, man. The same government that's in place today, there's the same people that did this in 1971. Okay, all to bring about what's going on in Revelation. All to bring about the fall of Babylon the Great, man. That's what this Bible's talking about. Okay, it says other nations began demanding the redemption of their dollars for gold, putting pressure on U.S. gold reserves. So you see that right there. Okay, you're putting pressure when you start demanding your dollars. That puts pressure on the system. Now, why would everybody randomly want to run to the government and get their money out of the bank? Maybe if the stock market's crashing, maybe you would want to stop pulling your money out of the bank. But once you start going to get that money, what's going to happen? They're going to tell you they don't have any money for you. And what's going to happen after that? We all going to start fighting each other. How you doing, brother?
Good.
You doing good?
Yeah.
How you been?
I've been good.
You good?
Yeah.
Okay.
How you been?
I'm been good, brother. I'm good to see you, man. Because last time I saw you, you were a little stressed out. You better now?
Yeah, no, I'm feeling much better.
You feeling better?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm feeling much better.
I keep telling you to read the Bible, though, brother. You got to read, man. You got to read, man.
Just keep my hope up.
You need faith, brother. You need the Bible. I'm telling you, man. Because this world, man, we look at this world like it's always not. These are a bunch of spiritual shit we dealing with. It's gonna get worse, man. We need the faith, man.
Okay.
All right, brother. All right, brother. Hey, you're welcome.
Thank you so
brother.
much.
You're welcome,
Thank
bro.
you.
You're welcome. But going into this money, man, how much more now in 2025 when you see there's a better alternative? He making it look like some digital currency's better than investing in gold. Okay? Yes, faster, you can move it faster, but hey, just with a click of a button, a cyber attack away from being in poverty, man. Okay, and that's what this government has for you. Okay, a bunch of folly and foolishness, man. The Lord told you Abraham had gold, silver, cattle. So technically, everybody in this country is broke, because you're giving all your money to the small hat, and then he got all these damn banking systems. Okay, and the Lord told you, don't trust your enemy. Never trust thy enemy, man. Okay. Especially you so-called Negroes, man. Y'all are the silliest people on the earth. You trust this damn devil, man. And then when you're faced with the truth, you running away from it. Okay, that's what's wrong with our people, man. They wise to do evil. As a matter of fact, let me get that. Let's start there. That's what's wrong with our people, man. As a matter of fact, let me go. Let me grab it out of the Bible. Let's grab it out of the Bible so you know that I'm not telling a lie. Okay, because we can't be relying on this internet and none of that bull crap. We need to be relying on the Lord, man. Okay? But I'm glad that spirit walked by, man. He was in the right spirit. He came down, bowed his head. That might be an Israelite, man. Who knows? Jeremiah chapter 4 and verse 22, for my people is foolish. They have not known me. They are Sodom's children, and they have none understanding. They are wise to do evil, but to do good, they have no knowledge. So they have no knowledge to do good, man. And we're trying to give you that knowledge, because what's good is to keep these laws, statutes, and commandments to the best of your ability. That's the only thing that you could be doing down here that's good, is obeying the Heavenly Father and His Son. Okay? But you wise to do evil. You want to, now listen, if I get an ETF, man, I can get money when the stock goes down, man. And this is how your mind works. You're thinking, shit, whether the stock price go up or down, I know how to make that money, man. But that's not the knowledge that you need in these last days. Those riches are not going to save you in these last days, because you might be rich with wealth, but if you don't have a bunch of money but no resource, what's the point of being rich and having nothing to buy? That's what's going to happen here, man. Everyone's going to be rich, and there's going to be nothing in your stores to purchase. Okay? Going digital. It's foolishness, man. Let's see what else Nixon said in 1971 so we can have a better understanding of, I'll jump into Zephaniah. Okay? It says Nixon's actions. It says, in response to the economic challenges, President Nixon announced a series of measures on August 15, 1971, including spending the convertibility of the U.S. dollar into gold, effectively closing the gold window, imposing a 90-day freeze on wages and prices, setting a 10% tariff on imports to address trade imbalances. Hold on. You hear that word tariff being used more and more by Duck. As a matter of fact, he just put some more tariffs on. I think he was insinuating about putting more tariffs on those EU nations. Hold on. I thought that was your ally, Duck. UK just came over here. You had some type of agreement with them, with the UK, but they don't make anything. Zero tariffs on their goods. You don't make anything. That's why they call you the bottomless pit. Okay, because you have no natural minerals or resources that we need. Nobody buying nothing. When's the last time you bought something that said made in the UK? Okay, they steal everything. These are the Europeans I'm talking about. They steal everything. They don't have any resource. Just like they're morally bankrupt, they're spiritually bankrupt, and they're gonna be destroyed. Okay. Trump tariffs. Let's see what tariffs he putting up lately, just to get more, because that's what Nixon was doing. Trump's tariffs, this is 1 day ago, risk a trade war with Europe, years in the making. Okay? Now, hold on, you had a war with China, with Moab. Now you want to go against the EU, man. This is the type of foolishness that we got to deal with, man. and we don't even buy shit from Europe like that. Okay? I mean, Ukraine, I think we have, there's some minerals we want over there. Taiwan, or is that Taiwan? I believe it is Taiwan. You know, we got deals with countries like that. We have better interests over there. EU, we built you back up, man. They probably already robbed you for whatever they needed from you, man. All that money that you spend on defense, hey, that's filling the pockets, that's filling the beast. Now they don't need you. That's what a whore does, man. Okay? Once they feel content and they don't need you anymore, they get rid of you, take half your money. That's what's gonna happen to Hunter. Travis Hunter just got married to Leanna, whatever her name is, Leanna Lene. Beautiful last name. That's a beautiful name. But you know what happens when you marry a woman from Babylon, you can almost expect that she's gonna rob you after she has a kid with you. She got married, then has a kid, then she's filing for divorce and taking half of your money, and you gotta pay her for the kid. Okay? That's a whore, man. And then to go be with somebody else, that's prostitution, man. That's low level shit, man. And this is what this country creates. They systematically make it where the woman can be worshipped and the man gets treated like shit. And Travis Hunter, you're gonna learn that since you hate knowledge, you're gonna feel it, man. You're gonna feel it. Just like it says in Hosea, the 4th chapter, in the 14th verse, man. He's not even gonna punish her for it. This is her world. This is her time. She gonna get punished later. But he gonna have you feel how it feels, man. Because you're nothing like your ancestors. Our ancestors were nothing like y'all, man. Okay? I don't want to get too much off a topic, but let me grab this in Genesis, the 30 Genesis chapter 38. And how you doing, brother, today? I see you, man. You look like $1 million. You going somewhere today?
I appreciate you, bro.
I thought you were rich, man. You were just asking me for $1 a couple days ago. Now you look like $1 million, man. You know? Man, can I get $1, bro?
I think I might have $1 for you, bro.
No, I was just messing with you, bro. I was just messing with you, brother. I'm messing with you.
Appreciate
You look good, man. You look good.
Definitely not going unnoticed.
Yeah, hey,
You're
thank you,
doing the
brother.
right thing at the right time.
Hey, I appreciate it. I appreciate it, brother.
For those who are not aware, I have a sad reality around the corner.
Hey, man, you know,
that's my soul speaking out of me.
Hey, that's beautiful. That's all good. Someone got to read the word, man.
Yes, sir.
You know?
I mean, my mother raised me off of that, but my father used to always say, living the last time. But
You already know.
the thing about it is, it's one thing to hear it, and it's another thing to see it.
How you doing today? I don't know. Last time you tried to spit on me, man. Yeah, you did over here. Months ago, man. It's all right. It's all right. No. Hey, we're fellow residents. I'm not gonna treat my friends like that. If you from Lynn, I ain't, you know. Hey, it's all good, brother. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah, I think you were just having a bad day. You did it over there, but I didn't know what. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right. It's all right, brother. Hey, it's okay, man. It's all right. It's all right. I ain't got no smoke with you. I ain't got no smoke with you, man. I ain't got no smoke with you, man.
Yahweh is God.
But thank you, though. I'm glad you stopped,
Yeshua is his son. Yeshua is his son.
Thank you.
No letter J in the Hebrew alphabet.
Okay.
I'm good.
No, that's right.
Romans, Dionysus, December 25th.
That's right. Thank you.
I'm a Gemini. I may be Jesus.
Hey, man. Thank you, man. Thank you.
You know, Irish, Celtic, I was the same. Century. Guinness.
Irishes? All right, man. Hey, you have a good day. You have a good day, man. As a matter of fact, he threatened me with a knife last time, but I ain't gonna. It's all good, man. It's a spirit. You have a wonderful day, man. The black Irish, he said. You know, he tried to. I don't know if he was drunk. He was probably drunk out of his mind. But he threatened me, and you know what? I didn't even get mad. How you doing, brother? I didn't get mad. I just let it happen, man. I just let it happen. And now look at him. Now he's doing a lot better. See, it's the spirit of the Lord, man. That's what the Lord could do to you, man. Next day, he's shaking your hand. Another day, he wants to put you to death, man. That's how you know these are all spirits created by the Lord. Back to this whore, though. Genesis chapter 38. And I don't want to read it all. And I'll start at 13. It says, and it was 12. And in the process of time, the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died, and Judah was comforted and went up into his sheep shearer to Timnath, he and his friend Harah the Adulamite. So Judah, who the tribe of Judah, this is talking about him, an actual person. There's nobody that goes back to somebody named Jewish, okay? But there is somebody that goes back to Judah, and we're talking about him right here, okay? Genesis 38 in verse 13. And it was told Tamar, saying, behold, thy father-in-law goeth up to Timnath to shear his sheep. Yet Tamar was supposed to marry Judah's son but what happened was got put to death, and then she was supposed to have a baby with her brother according to the law, and no one wanted to have a kid with her, so the Lord started putting Judah's sons to death, man. So he had a younger son named what was his name? Let me see, Genesis 38:11. Then said Judah to Tamar, his daughter-in-law, remain a widow at thy father's house till Shelah, my son, be grown. For he said, lest peradventure he die also, as his brethren did. And Tamar went and dwelt in her father's house. And in the process of time, the daughter of Shua, Judah's wife, died, and Judah was comforted and went up into the sheep shearers to Timnath, he and his friend Harah the Adulamite. And it was told Tamar, saying, behold, thy father-in-law goeth up to Timnath to shear his sheep. And she put her widow's garments off from her, and covered her with a veil, and wrapped herself, and sat in an open place, which is by the way to Timnath, for she saw that Shelah was grown, and she was not given unto him to wife. So Shelah, now Judah's son Shelah, grew, and Tamar did exactly what Judah said, went to her father's house, and then she see that Shelah is grown, and that she wasn't given to him as a wife like Judah promised. Okay, so let's keep going. It's saying when Judah saw her, he thought her to be a harlot because she had covered her face. And he turned into her by the way and said, go to, I pray thee, let me come in unto thee. So he's trying to talk to her because she got her face covered, mask covered. He can't really tell who she is. But this is his daughter-in-law that he told to go to your father's house until my son Shelah grow up, and you can go in unto him. Because the rest of my sons died because they didn't want to go into disobeying the Lord ultimately, to the point where he put them to death. Okay? And he said, I will send thee a kid from the flock. Let me read this again. Genesis 38:16. And he turned unto her by the way and said, go to, I pray thee, let me come in unto thee. So he wanted to have sex with his daughter-in-law, but didn't know it was her because she had her face covered. For he knew not that was his daughter-in-law. And she said, what wilt thou give me that thou mayest come in unto me? Yeah, you're going to have to pay me like playing a harlot, man. And he said, I will send thee a kid from the flock. A kid is a sheep or a goat. A kid is a young goat. So you won't want to call your kids kids. You're not a goat, man. You should call your sons and daughters such. Okay, someone told me that one time. I thought that was hilarious, but that's what it goes back to. When you look at kid, a kid is a small goat. So when you say I got a bunch of kids, you're saying you got a bunch of small goats as your family? No, you're saying you got, you know what I mean? You got to call them your sons, your daughter. That's your offspring. Okay? But that's how the English language is, man. That's confusion. And you can tell in all aspects of life, man. This place is defiled. And he said, I will send thee a kid from the flock. And she said, wilt thou give me a pledge till thou send it? And he said, what pledge shall I give thee? And she said, thy signet, and thy bracelets, and thy staff that is in thine hand. And he gave it her, and came in unto her, and she conceived by him. So this is Judah and his daughter-in-law that he didn't know. He conceived, he had sex with his daughter-in-law that he didn't know who it was because she was covering herself, but she kind of deceived him into having sex with her because she wanted to have a kid. Okay? And it says she conceived by him, and she arose, and she took a pledge, she took a staff, she took things from him to allow Judah to go in under her. But listen to the plan though. And she arose, Genesis 38:19, and went away and laid by her veil from her and put on the garments of her widowhood. And Judah sent the kid by the hand of his friend the Ephraimite to receive his pledge from the woman's hand, but he found her not. So after that, she left, man. And while she grabbed a couple of the things he offered to give her to have sex with her. But the kid from the flock, the goat, she left before he could give it to her. Okay? Then he asked the men of that place, saying, where is the harlot that was openly by the wayside? And they said, there was no harlot in this place. So they didn't see her. They didn't see her leave. They didn't see anything. Okay? And he returned to Judah and said, I cannot find her. And also the men of the place said that there was no harlot in this place. So his friend the Ephraimite couldn't find her to give her the kid of the flock, like he pledged to give her. Okay? And Judah said, let her take it to her, lest we be shamed. Behold, I sent this kid, and thou hast not found her. Yeah, we got to find her, man. I pledged. I said I was going to give it to her. I have to give it to her, man. And it came to pass about 3 months after that, it was told Judah, saying, Tamar, which is his daughter-in-law, okay, thy daughter-in-law have played the harlot. Why? Because she can see she's having a baby, man. She's big. You can see it. And also, behold, she is with child by whoredom. Yes, she's with child by whoredom, because he don't know that he was with her, because she was covered. Okay. Oh, so she has a kid, Salakia. So he's seeing her with a kid, and that's not by his son, Shalah. All right. So they're accusing her of having a kid through whoredom. But the point is, we're getting to it. Okay. Genesis 38. In verse number, Salaki, what was that? In verse 23, and Judah said, let her take it to her, lest we be shamed. Behold, I sent this kid, and thou hast not found her. And it came to pass about 3 months after that it was told Judah, saying, Tamar, thy daughter-in-law, have played the harlot, and also, behold, she is with child by whoredom. And Judah said, bring her forth, and let her be burnt. That's right. Bring her forth and let her be burnt. Okay? So the men of old didn't deal with these harlots. There was no there was no respect for a whore, man, like today. Okay? But that's kind of like what Babylon is. I'm saying a lot, but it's kind of like what Babylon is, man. She'll take. You see how Tamar took all these things. She was playing a harlot to get the result, but she, I think she's still, in the eyes of the Lord, she ended up, this was all to bring forth seed on the earth. Okay? So, but that's what a harlot would do, man. She'll take your stuff and leave. Just like I was trying to use the analogy of Travis Hunter being taken over by Leanna Lynette. Why? Because he's an Israelite, okay? Why? Because the curses in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, are on all Israelites, man. You can't get away from it, okay? They're going to pursue you wherever you go. If you're an Israelite, you're going to be dealing with these things. But getting back to America in the EU, as a country, just like the nation of Israel, man, we're like a woman unto the Most High God. So the way we were serving these other gods, we were committing adultery towards the Most High, and he got mad to the point where he took away our glory. Okay, our glory was the kingdom under King Solomon and King David for 40. Well, that's about 80 years, because with 40 years with David, 40 years with King Solomon. And then what happened after that, he split us in two, Jeroboam, Rehoboam, and then to the point where these heathen nations started rebelling against us. That's what you see when you read the book of the Kings. Moab rebels, Edom rebels in 2 Kings, the 8th chapter. Okay, the Philistines start rebelling against us. All these nations started rebelling against us. And that's him taking everything he gave us away from us. And now look at us, we're at the bottom, and all these nations, all they can do, they can talk reproachfully towards you, man. They lifted up the head towards you. Okay, when you were in power, they would never talk to you and treat you the way that they do today. But now that you're out of power, you're nothing. Just like you're nothing without the Lord, and you're going to continue to be nothing without the Lord to the point you be destroyed this time. But he left a small remnant and elect that he's going to save in these last days, but everyone else is not going to be saved. Like everyone tells you, you think everyone loves everybody, man. That's not in the Bible. Okay, you can ask Christians about a lot of simple questions about what pertains to their salvation. They won't know it. Who are the law, statutes, and commandments given to you? Okay, who walked through the Red Sea? They might know some of it, but they can't see the whole picture. But yet they have this undeniable faith in a God that doesn't exist. And that's why they're going to be confounded in these last days when these things happen, because they don't have the knowledge. That's why Hosea was telling you in Hosea 4:6 that my people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge, because you're really going to be destroyed. He's giving you the light in a dark place, and you're denying it. You're like, I don't want that flashlight, man. The law is light, man. That's how you're going to be able to navigate this obstacle, okay? To get over the stumbling blocks that Esau put in your way. Okay, but no one wants to accept the rebuke, the reproof. Nobody wants to accept the correction. So you're going to keep groping in noonday till you fall off a cliff like Esau. And we show you through different articles that this place is going to be destroyed. Even a homeless man that has all different types of mental illnesses, probably, he at least understands that the letter J was newly created. Now the name Yeshua and those are all, those are not the names, but hey, that's a spirit, man. The Lord set them up here probably to deceive somebody. But those names are false. Tell me where you get YHWH, how that gets converted into Yahuwah. I mean, Jehovah. Tell me how that happens. Go all the way back to the Paleo Hebrew, convert it over to the modern Assyrian, and then tell me how that gets translated to Jehovah, if the letter J was created in 1524. So this is the falsehood that we're talking about. And then some of y'all say Yah, like you're giving the Most High nickname. Who are you? But you're closer with Yah than anything else. Okay. But the only way you got that name is because someone propagated through your his media, man, his propaganda. He's signing people. Hey, if you want this record deal, you have to say the word Yah. You can't say the whole name. Just that part. Don't say the whole, because the Lord's name is grievous to the heathen. Okay. As a matter of fact, let me grab that. The Lord's name is I know I'm all over the place, but the Lord's name is grievous to the heathen, KJV. Malachi 1:14. Let's grab that. Salakia. I grabbed out my phone. This is the book of Malachi, chapter 1, verse 14. But cursed be the deceiver, which have in his flock a male, and voweth and sacrifices unto the Lord a corrupt thing. For I am a great king, saith the Lord of hosts, and my name is dreadful among the heathen. Okay? So his name is dreadful among the heathen. That's why they call him Jehovah. That's why they call him Jesus. That's why they call him Yahuwah, Yeshua, Joshua, all these different names, man. But and that's talking about the Most High and His Son. Okay, but mostly the Most High. That's why they say Hashem, meaning the name. Okay? It's because it's dreadful among the heathen. In Amalek, the Ephraimite is the biggest heathen down here on the earth. He's the lowest of all the heathen, man. He's the worst. He's been cursed above all cattle. And he got a nerve to be calling these other nations goy. You the damn goy. You damn heathen. He got a nerve to be calling anybody a damn goy. You a damn goy. Genesis chapter 3 in verse, not 3. Genesis chapter 3 in verse, I'll start at 10. And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. So that's talking about Eve. And he said, who told thee that thou was naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou should not eat? Yeah, you shouldn't eat, man. And it's not talking about a literal fruit. It's talking about the philosophy. It's a doctrine. It's a way to, when you eat, just like us, man. We're eating of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah, so this is why we're saying what we're saying. Okay? It's a different doctrine. Okay? That's what the serpent was doing, who is the spirit of that serpent is in the same spirit of the so-called white man Esau Edom down here on the earth. He lies, he deceives, he kills, he's robbing you, man. He commits sin. Okay? Which is the transgression of the law according to 1 John 3 and 4. Genesis chapter 3 and verse 11, and he said, who told thee that thou was naked, meaning you're in sin? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou shouldest not eat? And the man said, the woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. See, no accountability. She did it. Just like a woman, man. Listening to your wife, it's like she's making you a woman. You following into the same pit that Adam did. Okay, so I guess he was talking to Adam. Okay, who told you that I was naked? So it says in verse 9. In the Genesis 3 and 9, let me just grab it. And the Lord Yahweh power called unto Adam and said unto him, where art thou? And he said, I heard thy voice in the garden, and I was afraid because I was naked, and I hid myself. And he said, who told thee that thou was naked? Hast thou eaten of the tree whereof I commanded thee that thou should not eat? And the man said, the woman whom thou gavest to be with me, she gave me of the tree, and I did eat. That's why you want to be listening to the Lord. Okay? Because the head of the man is Yahweh Shai, and the head of Yahweh Shai is the Most High. Okay? But if you're listening to your woman, hey, you're going to be doing the same shit she's doing, man. Not taking in accountability. Not repenting. That's why we ain't listening to her anymore. We're cleaving to our husband, which is Yahweh Shai, and that's how we're going to make it in these last days. Okay? Not listening to our wife, man. Our wife's going to get us destroyed. Genesis chapter 3, verse 14. And the Lord Yahweh power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle. That's you, Amalek. You're cursed above all cattle. Okay? You're the worst thing that's ever seen on this earth. You're the most disgusting, most defiled thing on the... A roach is better than you. Okay? A mosquito's better than you. You're the damn scum of the earth. Shalak Rayam to Amalek, man. Genesis 3, verse 14. And the Lord Yahweh power said unto the serpent, because thou hast done this, thou art cursed above all cattle and above every beast of the field. Yeah, you're cursed above every beast of the field, man. You're literally you're the worst animal you can think of. You're worse than that, man. Okay? You're the damn scum of the earth, man. Okay? And your time is running out, Esau. Amalek. Your time is running out. You got a little bit of time and you're going to be destroyed. The water Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shah. Upon thy belly shalt thou go. Yeah, upon your belly. You're not upright, man. Imagine somebody walking up here on their belly, man. In the spirit, that's what you're doing. You're crooked. Upon thy belly thou shalt go, and dust shalt thou eat all the days of thy life. Exactly, confusion, man. You're confused, man. All right? You have no understanding. You actually, the Lord raised you up, showing you he can raise up anybody. He set you up like that, man. And Amalek he's gonna be the reason why, Duck, they're gonna get you, Duck. They're gonna get you involved in some shit that you're not gonna be able to get out of. Let me grab this article though. Okay. Let me grab this article. It says EU, where are you? It says Duck's tariff threat risks a trade war with Europe years in the making. It says the EU has pushed back against Duck's latest suggestion that he will impose a 50% import tariff on all EU goods, warning that transatlantic trade must be built on respect, not threats. Exactly, man. It must be built on respect, not threats, man. Because he don't like what some of the moves these European nations are making, man. You read Daniel, the 2nd chapter, it tells you that the miry clay is showing you the differences between the iron and the miry clay. That's what we're seeing politically, geopolitics. Okay, because they're over there in the west and in the east, Salakia, and they have to deal with. It costs a lot of money to import things from America. It's a lot easier for them. They're more geopolitically aligned with Russia. Okay, because everything's right next door. They got they're sitting on trillions of dollars of minerals and different things that they need. They try to establish a pipeline into Europe, and that's been destroyed. Okay, and who do you think, whose best interest was it to destroy that pipeline? Was it in America's best interest if he has the EU buying from them? Because if they're more dependent on Russia, hey, they're going to keep being more politically aligned to the point where they don't mess with America anymore. Okay? But they're going to stop caring about this shit. The rebuke came after Duck said in a Friday post on his Truth Social platform that trade negotiations with Brussels were going nowhere and suggested he would slap a 50% blanket duty on all European goods entering the U.S. starting June 1st. That's a couple of days from now. It's about to get crazy. It's June 1st, Pride Month, man. What a way to start it off, man. With tariffs in EU. Meanwhile, you're going to have your streets with a bunch of sodomites going up and down the street here in Babylon. Okay? And we got the cameraman over there. That's beautiful, man. Beautiful. Okay? Why am I bringing it out? I'll tell you in a second. It was just latest bellicose remark from Duck and came amid a border soaring of relations between the two global powers that has seen months of distress and economic sparring. So they're sparring with each other. I thought they're allies. Shouldn't you be working with your ally a little bit better? What's he doing with Canada? That's his neighbor, right? Why are you treating them that way? When shit goes down and shit hits the fan, especially with the civil unrest, what do you think those Canadians, whose side do you think they're going to be on? You think they're going to help you out in those last days? We'll see. And then look what you're doing with Mexico. On both sides of your border, man, you acting a damn fool. So we're going to see how that's going to work out in these last days. That's the Lord stirring things up over here, man, to fulfill everything that's written in this book. The EU, home to nearly 450 million people, is the world's largest trading bloc and one of the Washington's top commercial partners. It exported more than $600 billion in goods to the U.S. last year, while importing goods worth around $370 billion. Oh no, that sounds like more economic turmoil. If I'm charging you more to bring your goods over here, who's paying for the difference? You are. But don't worry, Bitcoin's over $100 million. You'll still be able to afford your bread. Don't worry. Maybe your eggs too. Maybe you're willing to spend $36 for a carton of eggs. Okay? The Lord's destroying this place. You read Revelation, the 6th chapter, he tells you a day's wage is going to be for a loaf of bread, roughly paraphrasing. So, you can barely pay your rent. You can barely pay for the prices of the goods now. Well, all of that's going to increase. That's what you call hyperinflation. The price of Bitcoin going up is not a good sign to the American dollar. And the further you get away from the gold standard and the closer the other nations get closer to the gold standard, the faster your dollar is going to crash. And nobody's going to want to trade with you. And more cyber attacks are going to be going out. So hopefully your crypto account doesn't get hacked. Okay? Genesis 3:15, and I'll put enmity between thee and the woman, and between thy seed and her seed. It shall bruise thy head, and thou shalt bruise his heel. Yeah, we're going to bruise your head, Amalek. Okay? Ultimately, with Yahweh shot, you're going to be taken out, man. And that day is coming. Your days are numbered. Okay? So back to the EU, man. It says, Duck's latest board side follows his April 2nd Liberation Day announcement of a 39% tariff on European goods, an idea he later walked back before he changed course again Friday with an even tougher stance. So now he went from 39% tariffs on EU goods to 50%. Stephen Moore, a former economic advisor to Duck, told the BBC that his former boss was expressing his frustration with the EU. Yeah. Well, ultimately, it's the Lord, man. It's the Lord. Okay? And all these things are going to start to manifest itself, especially as the war starts to get more hot, we will say. Okay? It's going to get hot over there in the West. That's not going to get any easier. It's going to get harder and harder. Okay? Just like the Bible says. And who are you going to trust? Because you might not believe what I say, but ask yourself, who are you going to trust in? What are you going to believe in then? We'll see if that's going to help you out. Revelation chapter 17 and verse 14. These shall make war with the Lamb, and the Lamb shall overcome them. The Lamb is talking about our Lord Yahweh Shah, who's the Lamb. But he's going to overcome them. He's going to destroy them. For he is the Lord of lords and King of kings, and they that are with him are called and chosen and faithful. They that are with him. Who's with him? The elect, the angels. They're called, they're chosen, they're faithful. Okay? And these chariots that they're going to be coming with him. Michael the Archangel, they're going to destroy Esau, Edom, and all this military might that these heathens have. They're going to be destroyed. Revelation chapter 17, verse 15, and he said unto me, the waters which thou sawest where the whore sitteth, see, this is John the Revelator calling America the whore. Okay? She sits over here. Okay? Our peoples and multitudes and nations and tongues. And that's what's over here. It's a melting pot of all nations that come over here because they think it's a glorious place to be. This is where you want to be. In all places of the world, this is the best place to be in their eyes. It's like this shining light that the whole world wants to come to. That's how beautiful spiritually this place manifests itself to the world. You know, you look at your country, the shit that you're fighting over, and then you look at America and you're like, shit, it's way better to go in that direction, man. Look how big of a burger you can get for $5.99 at Burger King. That's what they project to the world. Imagine you in Yemen right now and you watching a Burger King commercial, man. You're gonna think America's great. I wish I was over there. That's what they project to the rest of the world. Even though over here you're dying of all different types of diseases. Everything's polluted. Your jobs are being lost to AI robots. Okay? Your people are being afflicted and robbed and spoiled. They have no understanding of the knowledge of Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai. And that all happened over here in America, man. It's pathetic. Revelation chapter 17 and verse 7 and verse 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, the 10 horns are talking about these European nations, and the beast is talking about NATO. And the whore that sits upon it is America. These shall hate the whore. So NATO and the EU is going to hate America. Okay? That's what's prophesied in the Bible. They're going to hate this place. And it's going to start economically, geopolitically, in all levels, man. To the point where it gets physical. When they join up with the Russians and shoot this place up. This is what this is talking about. Revelation 17 and verse 16. And shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Just like Judah told the Dulamite, his friend, to go get Tamar and let's burn her with fire, man. Why? Because she's played the whore. Okay? So let's get her. You claim to be Israel, right? You claim to be the chosen people. Well, you're going to be judged according to the law. You claim to be connected to the Most High, right? Through His Son, the High Priest. Well, the judgment of a whore that's a daughter of a priest is to be burnt with fire. Okay? And let's grab that. Let's grab that. And that's what's ultimately manifesting. Yeah. See if I can find it. I think it's in Leviticus, maybe? Sounds about right. Leviticus 21 and verse 9. And the daughter of any priest, if she profane herself by playing the whore, she profaneth her father. She shall be burnt with fire. Right, exactly. You profane yourself, you shall be burnt with fire. And that's what you get for picking up this book and claiming to be the children of Israel. Then you're going to drink double. And you're going to be building up the kingdom. It is what it is. Matter of fact, let me see. Is it Deuteronomy 23? Let me see. Let me try to grab it first before I just jump to the phone. Can't find it. Can't find it. Yeah, so you're going to be burnt with fire, man. Revelation 17 and 17. For the Most High have put in their hearts to fulfill His will. So that's what He's doing, man. He's going to put it in their hearts. He's going to put it in His mind. He's going to put in Vladimir Putin in his mind an evil thought. According to Ezekiel, the 38th chapter. And this is all going to be manifested. Ezekiel 38. In verse 10, thus saith the Lord Yahweh, power, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. And thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely. And all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. And that's talking about Israel. Okay, and it's talking about America, man. You both the land of unwalled villages, man. Because of your ultimately is going into your missile defense system. You heard in the news most recently that he's building a golden dome that's to protect against these missiles. But when you read Joel, the 2nd chapter, I believe, it says that they shall fall upon the sword and not be wounded. That sword that it's talking about is your defense system. Okay? It's supposed to fall when the missile hits it. It's supposed to be destroyed. But the Lord's saying it's going to fall upon the sword and not be wounded, meaning it's going to get through to your missile defense system. It's like a land of unwalled villages. He likens these missiles unto people, just like he said in Joel, the 2nd chapter. None the like. There's never been seen anything like it. He created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, man. He created those Germans that created these nuclear weapons. And do you think they did it for no reason? No, they did it for his destruction. And then that's what Revelation, the 17th chapter, is talking about. So all these tariffs and these disagreements that they're having, it's all shining a light on the prophecy in Revelation, the 17th chapter, showing you who the whore is. That sitteth upon many waters. Many people, man. Okay? Revelation 17 and 17, for the Most High have put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Heavenly Father shall be fulfilled. And that's what they're doing now. They're still kind of working with each other. They're still coming up with plans, you know. They're still aligned on what they're going to do with Vladimir Zelensky in Ukraine. You know, they're still seeking, Duck's still talking about putting tariffs through Mark Rubio on Russia. That's what they're trying to do right now. But before, not too long ago, they were talking about peace. They were talking about settling this issue with Putin. He was speaking very strongly about getting this done. He has some bills. They said, do you trust he's gonna do what you say and agree with him? And he said, we'll see. But we see with these bills that he's passing, that peace doesn't sound like it's an option. Okay, it's false. It's false hope. Okay, all of it's gonna be destroyed, man. Revelation 17 and 18, and the woman which thou sawest is that great city, which reigneth over the kings of the earth. Yeah, the woman that you saw is this great city, America, that ruleth over the kings of the earth. Okay? So it shines a light on who Babylon the Great's talking about. Who's going to be going to war with the Lamb. Revelation 17, I should have just started at the top. Okay? This is that nation that's the abomination, man. Because it's an abomination to the Lord. You might think it's A-okay, but once you understand what the will of the Lord is and his laws, you see that Esau, the man of sin, is being revealed. You see why this place is going to be destroyed. Okay? Because the lack thereof of respect for the law, statutes, and commandments. Look at Amos chapter 9, verse 8. I want to go into the, that gold standard, but we're seeing that you're getting farther away from the gold standard, man. And you're gonna see why that's not good. Okay, because no one's gonna trust in your money, man. They don't need to work with you. Why would I want to do business with you when I can work with another nation that actually deals more? They do better business than you, Esau. They're more aligned with what the Bible said in Genesis to, let's grab it. With Abraham. I was looking for, there shall be no poor of the daughters of Zion, but I couldn't find it. I think it's Genesis to 12 and 13, let's see. Yeah. Genesis 13 and 1, and Abram went up out of Egypt, he and his wife and all that he had, and Lot with him into the south. And Abram was very rich in cattle, in silver, and in gold. So that's what makes you rich: cattle, silver, and gold. And that's not like what people have in this day. In this day, a lot of people They don't have any riches, man. They don't even really have any knowledge.
Israelite?
Yeah.
I respect it, bro. I'm a Freemason.
Oh, damn. I done dapped up a Freemason.
Yeah, man. It's okay, though,
I
because,
should've
look,
waited.
listen, we don't deal with religion, but I'll tell you what, there's
What's your
beliefs that we
nationality,
have.
brother?
Puerto Rican, Dominican.
You're an Israelite, too.
Yeah. Come
You're
on,
an
bro. I
Israelite?
just told you walking down. What did I say? I believe what he believes. But I
You're an
can't
Israelite.
speak. Listen,
You know about the Israelites?
brother, look, I ain't got to bullshit you. You see me.
I believe it. I believe it.
Understand me, though.
Yeah,
When
but
you
that,
see one, you know one.
that's going to get you
belief.
destroyed, brother.
Nah, brother, I'm not destroyed. The
No,
difference
no.
is belief. We don't deal with politics or religion. So I'll tell you one thing. That's one thing. So your own religion, you can believe whatever you want, because I can be an Israelite and still be a Freemason. That's
Yeah.
why people get it fucked up.
No, of course.
You understand?
Yeah.
And people be like, oh, you can't be an Israelite
Yeah,
or a
but-
Jew or this.
No,
and that.
you can be-
We don't deal with religion when it comes, because it creates wall barriers between one another. So how can we be brothers if you're a Jew and I'm an Israelite?
Can I answer
Go
that
ahead,
for you?
brother.
Can I answer it, please?
I'll let you. I see you doing your thing.
Please.
Go ahead. Let me hear
Because
something.
we should all be together, right?
Yes, sir. I believe
All right.
it. I know it.
Deuteronomy.
You see my neck too? Come on. Don't play with me. And it's at the
But
throat chakra.
that's Egypt.
Yeah, but it's a throat chakra and the most important temple. You understand?
Let me tell you something. The reason
We
why
are vibrational beings.
the reason why I'm telling them this is because our people, we were in slavery in ancient Egypt.
Yes.
So the signs that we have on us, this is the oppression that they put on our people.
Yeah.
Because if we don't know we're the Israelites and we're wearing signs of Egypt, then there's a disconnect.
I get what you're trying to say.
You know
I
what
get
mean?
where you're coming from.
Because
Yeah.
when you read Exodus, the first
Yes,
chapter,
yes,
we were
yes.
enslaved to the Egyptians.
Yeah,
Those
yeah,
are our
yeah,
enemies.
yeah.
We're not wearing their sign.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like a
I get
blood
what you're
putting on
saying.
crypt.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Tattoos.
But I will
You
tell
know
you
what I mean?
this, right?
Hold on, let me grab this.
Go ahead.
Deuteronomy
Read
7
that.
and 6. For thou art a holy people. Holy means separated.
What
We're
is
not
that?
like.
What you got here? What Bible is this? The King James Version. Which one? New edition, old edition?
It's
What
the
you got?
old one. It's the old.
Okay, I see what you're doing.
Oh. But
hearing you.
so the Lord said we're a holy people,
Mhm.
meaning we got to be separated. We got to keep these laws.
Yeah.
We're not like these other nations. We're not supposed to come together all as one. We're supposed to keep in our
I
laws.
tell you, as a Freemason, let me tell you something. Them Bibles was written 12 times before you got it handed to you.
For the 1611.
So I tell you, I know. I carry the ancient secrets. So I'm going to tell you this, as a Freemason,
do you
brother,
believe in the Lord?
I do.
What Lord do you believe in? Because when you get deep into
There's
Freemasonry, what you're going to find out is you're worshiping that damn small hat. You know who the small hat is?
I understand what you're saying.
Who is he? He's the
I get-
Jewish man.
Yeah, no, it's not just the Jewish man.
He
Because
runs the Freemasons.
There's belief.
He's the damn devil.
Listen, yeah.
When
there's
you
demonic-
get
that's what I was about to get to.
when you
Remember
get
me?
deeper down that hole, you're gonna run into a little
Yeah.
small hat
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
And guess what?
So let me hear you,
wanna
sir.
know
I'm
the
gonna give you
riches?
some
He's gonna
knowledge.
tell you go eat a
'Cause
little
as a
baby.
Freemason-
Go drink some blood. That's what they're gonna tell you to do.
That's not true.
And they
Don't
got
believe
all-
that. Don't
but-
believe that.
but listen.
Don't believe that.
Listen,
That's
all-
conspiracy, brother.
Listen.
Don't believe it.
You're not.
Don't
You're
believe
probably
it.
not way up there.
Nah, brother,
he's up
I'm a master mason. I'm an inside sentinel, brother. Don't play with me like that, man. Understand me, bro? So there's different degrees. There's 33rd, 32nd, Scottish Rite, York Rite.
Can you tell me something
Freemasons.
about the Bible then?
But
'Cause-
what are you trying to understand? So the difference
Because-
is I know your beliefs 100% because I got Israelite brothers, I have Jewish brothers, I have Muslim brothers, I have Christian brothers, I have Catholic brothers. But guess what? I told you I can't speak on politics or religion. That's just against my obligation. But what I can
How
tell
is
you.
Freemasonry gonna help our people out, especially
All
so-called
right, so
Negroes,
saying
Latinos,
on that,
and
we
Native
make
Americans?
we grab
That's what I
men.
care
I'm
about.
gonna tell you like this: we take men and make them better men.
I don't want to be better. Than
All
you.
right, but you see what I mean? You're stuck in your own cage.
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
telling me you don't want to be better.
Not at all.
All right then.
You
So
know
how
why?
can I help you?
Listen,
if you don't want to be helped. Yes, I'm
Because
seeking.
I gotta be holy.
Listen,
I
because
gotta
I'm
be
gonna tell you,
holy.
because I believe the world I live in because I'm vibrational. You understand? I am a vibrational being. We all are. If you walk in the room and you're angry, I sense that.
What can you tell me though?
You understand?
About
So let me speak you out right quick, right? We're vibrational beings, right? So understand this, right? No matter what religion you are, no matter what you believe in, right? It's about who you are, right? It's how you carry yourself. Your perception of the world, the universe. Because the universe itself is a God. Believe it or not. We're supposed to be grounded to earth, but what? We got rubber on our feet. They block us from connecting from our higher being.
Okay.
You understand? So, yo, trust me, man.
But
I'm there with
all right,
you.
but tell me this: with everything that's going on
Yeah.
in the world,
Go ahead.
whether we disconnected from
Yes,
the world or
yes,
not,
okay.
what do we see? We see Bitcoin over $100,000.
There is a lot of demonic shit, and the
Right.
internet is one of them.
Well, hold on. Bitcoin over $100,000.
Go ahead.
We see wars in the we see Ukraine versus Russia,
Yes.
China and Taiwan. We see
Ghana and yeah.
Matthew 24. The Lord was talking about that.
Yeah.
He said at the end of days.
So I got a question for you because you want to talk about the Lord. I hear you, right?
That's
Is it the Lord or the demonic Jesus that is writing?
Now Jesus. Now we know this.
Is it Yeshua or Jesus?
Right.
Is it this person or
But
this person?
that's why I'm
Because
out
the
here.
white God they showed, the
Right.
white Jesus they showed was gay.
Right.
He's from Rome.
Right.
So please explain to me who you're speaking of.
I'm
Because
not
there's so
talking about
many
Jesus. I'm
guys
not talking
that we
about.
talk about.
I'm
bro.
not talking about Jesus.
You get what I'm saying?
So what he's saying is,
Because I tell you what,
he's talking about Caesar Borgia.
Yeah.
The depiction of Jesus Christ is not the image.
yeah, it's not him. It's
You
not
read
him.
Revelation, the first chapter.
It's his skin tone, bronze.
Right.
Wool is his hair.
Right.
In my hair, but I
that's
ain't
what I'm
got
talking-
wool, but it's a little like wool.
So he understands that the book was not written
Yeah.
in English.
Yes, it
It
wasn't.
was written in
It wasn't.
Hebrew and
Yeah.
translated.
Yeah,
Some
and
words
it
got
was
lost
It wasn't
in
even
translation.
written in a fucking Bible. It was written
On
in
scrolls. Scrolls.
Stone.
Well, the
It
commandments
was
were.
written on stone, my brother.
Yeah, no, the commandments. But
Yeah.
but the prophets, the book of the
Yeah.
prophets,
And the
the
shit that
law
they,
and the prophets
listen,
are
the
two
shit
different
they
things.
believe, the UFOs, that's ancient time. They got that shit engraved on stones, UFOs. They got these
Right.
birds, these gods on stone. They already seen that in the ocean.
But brother,
Do you think we visited space?
no.
Exactly my point. You know where space is? In the water. You know how much time? Google this shit. How much have we discovered of water? Only 5%.
I don't trust
Only
this devil.
5%.
But this is what, listen, the so-called white man is
They're
the
finding
damn
cities
devil.
in
He's
water.
the damn devil,
Yeah.
okay? And then we try to show, and the only way you're going to know he's the devil if you know you're an Israelite.
Yeah.
No matter, he runs this world according to
He does.
Job 9 and
'Cause
24.
It's the fake God.
Right.
It's
Well,
the fake God.
that's the image. That's what people
Yeah.
worship.
It's the fake God.
But that's why we're not getting back to
Yeah.
that's not why we're not
Because
getting
then now
to
we
this
say, a
knowledge.
lot of people say amen. Amen came from Ra. He said that when you pray and you finish your praying, you're going to say amen. And it was supposed to Amen. Because it was A-M-O-N. That came from Ra. And they switched it. Yo, bro, let me tell you something, right? What you speak is a curse. Because I see. When you spell that out to me, right? I see. Is it I-E-Y-E? Or is it E-Y-E-C-E-A? What are you seeing? You got to talk to me, man, because I'm here with you. So what do you got going on, bro? Because
I just, you know what? The only thing I can say, Jake, is we gotta repent, bro.
Yes.
We gotta,
Yes,
we gotta
we
get,
do.
we gotta get back to the law,
we
statutes,
do.
and
We
commandments
do.
to
And
the
100%.
best of our
That's why I
ability.
said before walking up to you, I
But
said
we
I
have to.
believe.
You got a beard.
Listen, brother, I
That's-
said I believe.
Right.
I don't believe because I know. There's a difference because believing in something you still finding.
What nationality are you?
Puerto Rican Dominican.
So you from the tribe of Ephraim.
Yeah.
You know
so
that.
understand me though, brother.
And then
You
Lord's
know,
name
and
is
we're
Yahweh.
indigenous because I'm gonna tell you because
Bahashem
if
Yahweh
the
Shai.
tribe we talking about tribal, it's
Most High
Taino,
God is
brother.
Yahweh.
Yeah.
His son is Yahweh Shai.
So understand me, bro.
You gotta keep the law,
Abraxas
brother.
is another.
You have to keep
Listen,
the law, brother.
Abraxas is the
do you
God.
think?
You know who
do you think we
Abraxas
living at
is?
the end of times?
Do you know who Abraxas is?
Praxis.
Abraxas.
No.
He is the God of all creation, the God of the 365 heavens. You see, there's 7 layers. You see, there's shit that I'm hitting you with that you ain't even know. Abraxas, brother, Google into that. Abraxas. He's the guy with the chicken head in the body of the human.
That's what you believe in?
No, I'm not saying. I'm telling you
That's-
the shit that is actual.
Do you believe in multiple gods or just one
I
God?
believe in one God.
Okay. Is it the
But
God
the
of the
God I
Bible?
don't know because we have been lied with our own identity.
Right.
We go to school to be lied to and say Christopher Columbus found land, but he fucked our people, raped our people, gave them diseases, and they want to say that he found land.
Right.
You understand?
Brother, your man's
Hey,
left.
bro, it ain't about my mans,
Hey,
man. It's
brother.
about us connecting.
Thank you.
So
bro.
I'm gonna
Thank
tell you
thank
right now,
But
bro.
I gotta
Hey,
end this,
I
brother.
respect
I'm
the
glad you
pound,
stopped. What's your name?
But I'm gonna tell you, my name Pablo.
Pablo, nice to meet you. I'm Rabbi
but
now,
understand,
brother.
as a
Yeah.
Freemason brother, don't believe everything you hear. Because I'm gonna tell you, there is no disconnect because we all believe the same. And there's a level between. So understand, it's about what that person believes as a Freemason. Because everybody has a different belief. And one thing we can't speak of is belief. But I know. I don't believe. I know. There's a difference.
I got you, brother.
Connection, bro. You
Thank
vibrational,
you,
brother. I
Thank
see you
thank
doing your
thank
thing.
Thank you,
Just
brother.
keep chasing.
Hey, I appreciate it,
All
man.
right, brother. Take care.
All right, King. So I'm gonna end it right there. Lord's will, that was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakah Kodash. Shalom, Abba Ball, Kwam Yasharala.